I have no idea what the last thing we filmed was, but we are now home after a weekend in Branson.
Did we film it all in Branson?
I think I did some.
Did you?
I just can't remember.
Because I didn't film at all.
I'm getting much worse about picking up the vlog camera. Brad is extremely concerned. He just got home from drill. I'm concerned for you. What are you most concerned about?
We had tornado force winds and I don't know how much rain we had here in our hometown, but we had a crap ton of rain that we drove through on the way down to Branson. And let me show you. Being outside is the best. This is why I'm extremely concerned.
We never go outside, Dada.
That is not good.
What?
Not good.
What?
Feels dry on the steps, that's good. What? We may have gotten lucky. It doesn't feel wet at all. How in the world did that happen?
That's why the windows were closed.
Yeah, luckily. How in the world? I mean, doesn't seem like there's any water damage.
Guys, do my nails. It's sharp.
Does it feel funny? Oh.
No.
Feels weird
it's
having
like this.
feels weird having fingernail polish on, doesn't it?
Hey, Daddy, it's like this. Then it'll feel sparkle.
Oh. Well, come look for yourself.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Which
Did
is
it not?
it must not have rained very hard. But it blew it hard enough that the back window fell out.
Oh my God.
And obviously
How did that do that?
this must have gotten wet. Cause that
What got wet?
back here where it warped, back here.
Oh, it's warped.
So that got wet. So I wonder if it just dried. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well, it's a little concerning because the rain would have like soaked that thing.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
Oh, are we just gonna flip it?
Yeah, what else would
No, you don't get electrocuted.
what else would we do? But yeah, so I haven't screwed those in yet, so it was just sitting in there. So, I mean, but still, it must have took a really strong gust of wind because, I mean, they're in there pretty good even if it's not screwed in.
Have you like researched how to lock and secure this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was worried about stuff getting stolen. Maybe there's not much valuable stuff in here now, but like when we start getting our
Well, yeah, of course I'm gonna put
finishes and
I'll put a lock on it before we get expensive stuff in here.
I like this one.
we're doing some cool. Do your very first. I like that one. Where you're like,
Oh,
and then the one where you have your legs really wide and you. Yeah, that's a good dance.
I talked the other day about why I haven't been updating about the bus. Well, come look at this. Like this is, come look at this.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking about how it like literally makes mud.
Ew.
Like it's so dirty.
That's nasty.
So luckily, these are the last windows that are left.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then I can start the build process.
That's exciting.
Isn't it?
Don't you have to seal them
Yes.
on a warm day?
Well, we could do that right now.
Oh, Eloise is having a tea party. Do you love him? Is he okay? He just fell off that chair pretty hard. I feel like we have our lives squared away now that we had a lapse in having a robot vacuum. I didn't realize how much I leaned on those things. It's really, really nice to have it back. It's down there vacuuming while we do this stuff. I'm trying to like bite off small pieces of going through our junk in the garage. A lot of it's getting donated. Some of it's getting thrown away. I'm just thinking about our new house and like what I hold each item and I'm like, are we gonna use this in our new house? If not, we are not moving it yet again.
That's the thing about like rushing to move.
Yeah.
Even though we had plenty of time to prepare, you still just don't get prepared.
No. I'm trying to.
Yeah, there's just stuff that we still need to get rid of.
I know. At the end, you end up just, like in that final push, you end up just throwing everything in. Because you just, well, you get decision fatigue. When you're going through your entire house, packing it up, your attic, your closets, everything. It's like, you just get tired of making decisions on whether or not you're going to keep stuff.
Just get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Sick and tired of it. I get why people that are minimalists, we are not minimalists and I'm not claiming to be, but I like the idea of it, and I've been toying with it for 2 years now, and they say going minimal or moving in that direction is like peeling an onion. It's a layered process. You go through, you do a sweep, and then later you go through, do a sweep again, and you feel a little bit better about getting rid of stuff. That's all I had to say about that.
Yeah, it would be nice to get rid of all this crap.
Mm-hmm. What?
Let's just get really minimal middle of the bus.
Okay. I don't hate that idea.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I can't imagine living on a bus with 5 children.
No. I don't know. We're all right there together anyway. We're designing our home with a playroom right off the kitchen. I can see the playroom from the kitchen. And there's a small little snack nook in between. It's like we are designing this house so that our children can be close to us. And it's gonna be cool because when they're old enough that they're not using it as a playroom, we can make it like a command center or an area where each of them have a desk for school or whatever. There's like so many purposes that you can have a room on the main floor right off the kitchen. I'm just really, the more we talk about the house and kind of dream up what we want in it and why we're doing what we're doing and all that, the more excited I get about.
Oh, I sent an email to the builder today.
Yes.
About power shades in the main living area. And to make sure that we've said this multiple times, but we'll probably have an electric car in the future. So we need
I feel like everybody will.
Right.
And even if we don't want one, having a house that's equipped for it is great.
Which really isn't that big of a deal. Like we literally added a 50 amp breaker on our panel here. And even if we didn't have room in that panel, we could have added another panel. So it's not that big of an expense. But if you just plan for it in advance, it's cheaper.
Right. And then there's always been a few thoughts that we've had, a few random thoughts that we finally got all together. Like this weekend we were in Branson with my friend Tristan and her husband, and they live in Joplin, Missouri, and he's an engineer, and he's like really good about, we were kind of talking through the bus and talking through the house, and he gave us some really good ideas for just stuff that when you're building a house you want to do beforehand. And one of them is, he said he has a buddy that has a company where they do power shades, and he's like, even if you don't want power shades right now, like, I mean, literally you can control them from an app on your phone, and they just drop down and they can have blackout. You can have 2 panels where you have blackout and then kind of iridescent see-through-ish, so you can have a combo or just kind of iridescent, let some light in, and control it from your phone. And he said what you want to do is run those wires to the windowsill so that it's there ready for if and when you ever want to do it. And I said, well, yeah, I don't feel like we'd want that in anywhere but the bedrooms. And he's like, well, even if you don't want it in the living room, at least wire it, because it costs almost nothing to do so. And you may find that as you're living there, the sun at 4 p.m. hits a certain way where it just blinds the kitchen table or something like that, where you don't really know that that's going to happen until you're living in the house. And then you can at least have the ease of dropping a shade down, which I get. You could just like pull the curtain too. But anyway, it's very easy to do that if you want to add that in later. And then also a water line to our coffee pot, which is something we've talked about multiple times. A huge luxury. Like, that is not something necessary, but man,
but that's literally something we use every day.
Use it every single day. Just running a water line to the straight to the coffee pot would be so awesome. And also, our refrigerator doesn't have a water and ice dispenser, and we kind of didn't want it to we talked to the appliance guy and he kind of explained why he hates them, and he's literally in the business. And I don't know, we've had a handful of problems with them.
A lot of comments.
The ice and water, I know.
Although,
I just had like a vision of.
Did their refrigerator water dispensers on the inside, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Which is smart because you don't see it, so it's not ugly.
It's not, but I mean, just like the way that those things, the ice maker that dispenses out the front door has to seal so that the ice, I don't know. I just don't want it. We had nothing but trouble with it.
Brand new,
it was dripping all the time. It would drip and cause rust. We had a guy come out and repair it multiple times. My parents have had trouble with theirs. Like, the more I think about it, the more I just don't want it.
Hey.
And we don't have one right now, and I don't miss it, other than the fact that I kind of miss fresh ice. But now we just got one of those on-the-counter ice makers. And I think we're going to do an ice maker. I mean, you can add an ice maker into your freezer, too. And then just have ice. Like, our Airbnb that we stayed in this weekend had that. It's nothing to just, like, scoop ice out of a little bowl. And then, what is that, like, water filtration deal that I saw, that I showed you? It starts with a B. But you can have, I think, a line. We could have a line running straight to that where you can get fresh filtered water. Like anybody cares. But back to the task at hand. This is very, very poorly organized, so it looks like a lot more than it probably is. But yeah, let's get rid of some stuff.